What's up, guys? Today in this video, I want to talk about the real root cause of anxiety. So this way people can have a better understanding of what it is, how it's happening, and how to get rid of it. I was talking to an old friend of mine. Man, I haven't talked to this guy for over 10 years. He just hits me up. And we were just chatting literally maybe 10 minutes ago here. And, he was congratulating me on my success on YouTube and business and stuff. And as we were sharing, he mentioned, he's like, man, I wish I can have the self-esteem to go and just go for it like you. And, I was like, huh, really? I was like, well, what's stopping you, And then he texts me back. He's like, well, because, I have self-esteem issues. I get anxiety sometimes, and I became antisocial. And I was like, huh, really? And so I started chatting with him, and as we were talking, I started to realize, wow, this is, a lot of people think that anxiety, being antisocial, being anxious, that's just the way they are. Like, this is just the way I am. And, that person over there, they're the social type. That's why they can go ahead and put themselves out there, go for the things they want. But me, I'm kind of the antisocial type. I'm a little more reserved. It takes me a little bit of time. That's just how it is. A lot of people think that. And because they believe that, they don't try to overcome this anxiety. They don't try to overcome like this whole antisocial thing. And so that's why in today's video, I want to go ahead and share like what's the truth behind that. Because I'm going to tell you now, that's not the truth. But yet, that's what many people believed. And as I was talking to him, I remembered that I used to think exactly the same way. I was so antisocial on the inside, and I forced it on the outside. And I remember looking at people and going like, how are they so social, like so natural, and just carrying these conversations so easily and laughing and having this great time. And here I am forcing myself, trying to figure out what to think and feeling this whole anxiousness. And I used to think the same thing. So it's not our personality. It's not the personality, because our personalities can be made up. We can decide who we want to be, how we want to act. What happens is when we experience anything, any type of event, anytime when we experience negative events, somebody yelled at us, we got mad, we got afraid, and all this stuff, we store the emotional thought, that event, in our mind, and we store it in our body. And so what happens is when it gets stored, we start to hold on to it. And when we are in situations that remind us of certain events of the past, when we're around certain people that reminds us of these things, we will feel the same way that we felt before. And here's the thing about this. This is all happening in our subconscious mind. This is all happening behind the scenes. You see, our subconscious mind makes up 90 to 95% of all of our thoughts. And they're under the surface, which means we're not aware of it. We don't know that's going on. So if they're going on, it's happening, it's under the surface. And so therefore, when it's happening, we're not connecting the dots. We're not going, oh man, I'm standing here and talking this conversation here is reminding me of that conversation 15 years ago, 20 years ago, where this happened and this happened. We're not connecting the dots on all of it. All that's actually happening is we're standing there having this conversation, and we're feeling these things that are feeling, we're having these thoughts, and that's it. And that's just because the subconscious program is running in the background. And so this is happening all the time when we have anxiety. We feel anxious and we don't know why. And so what we need to do is not to go and remind ourselves of, this bad thing happened, that bad thing happened. We don't need to do that, because all we're doing is just re-experiencing these traumas, re-experiencing these negative anxiety stuff. And we already re-experience it every single time we get anxiety. Every single time we're re-experiencing it. What we want to do is we want to let it go. And most people try to let it go in the mind. So they have this anxiety thoughts, you know, they're self-anxious, self-doubt. Oh man, should I say this? Do I sound stupid right now? Oh my God, how does this shirt look? Man, should I be standing here? Should I put my arms in should I put my hands in my pocket? And all of these random anxiety, self-anxious thoughts. Instead of trying to change those thoughts directly through the mind, which is what most people do, because we just feel this is the way to do it. I have these thoughts, I'm gonna try to stop these thoughts. Instead of doing that, we want to change it in our subconscious mind, not our conscious mind, which is the one that we can hear. The subconscious mind, which is our body. You see, our body makes up 90 to 95% of our mind. Our conscious mind, the one that I'm using to talk right now and the one that you're using to listen to, that part of the mind is 5 to 10% of your entire mind. And so these old patterns of anxiety, these old patterns of association with these negative emotions, they're all in the subconscious. And here's what people are starting to figure this out, that the subconscious mind is the body. Look at us. Look at this. Look at me. If somebody goes, here's my mind. Okay, if here's my mind, where's my body? Here, right? This is my body. This is my body. And everything else that I'm going to point to on my body is my body. You see? So when we go, oh, this is my mind and this is my body. No, it's all of our body. Everything is our body. And the activity of the body produces the mind. Without this body, our mind doesn't exist. Okay? At least not on this dimension, right? So we need to be able to release all the things that are stored in here, you know, in order to go ahead and get rid of the associations and all of the emotions that are trapped in the body. When we release it, then we aren't connecting back to those situations. We're not connected back to those emotions. You see, our bodies get so used to feeling anxiety that it gets triggered so quickly. The situation doesn't even have to be so, it doesn't have to be a crazy thing. It's just like a random thing and anxiety will just trigger just like that. And it's because we get so used to feeling anxiety. We get so used to experiencing it that it's so easy to go back into that feeling. It's very familiar. And so every single negative emotion is like that. People that are angry, that have like anger problems, they get angry really easily. And sometimes they will go, whoa, it's just because of those things and those things. No, it's because you have anger. If somebody's dealing with anger, they get angry on anything. Anything can trigger the anger that's inside of them. Same thing with anxiety, you know? And I know this first-handedly because I used to experience all of it, you know? And that's why I'm so passionate about it now, because I finally found out how to be able to overcome it. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to share this with everybody. It's like the same passion I had when I figured out, oh my God, this is how you build muscle and burn fat. Oh, you know, it's like, yes. So you got to reprogram the subconscious mind. You got to get rid of the emotions that are inside of your body. Those old emotions of anxiety. When you get your body to get used to not feeling anxiety, well, what do you want to feel? Confident. What you want to feel is strong, you know? What you want to feel is courage. When you feel these in your body, it will replace the anxiety feeling that you're used to experiencing. And so now when you're out in a social situation, hang out with people, you may, if suddenly the anxiety comes up because it's a old feeling, but you can go, oh, I feel this anxiety, let me go back to feeling strong. Let me go back to feeling confident. And we can go back there because we're so used to feeling it. It's the same idea like thought patterns. You know, we get used to using certain words. We get used to using certain tag phrases. We get used to thinking about certain images. And we get so used to it that we can pick it up anytime. We can think about it. It can just come to us right away. Our feelings is the same idea. We can train our bodies to feel a certain way. We can train our bodies to feel strong, to feel confident, to feel assured. And when we do that, we can overcome that addictive old feeling of anxiety. Okay? So how do you go ahead and train the body to go ahead and feel different? Well, you got to literally get it to feel different. Like if you go and do something to your body right now, it feels different, right? If you were to go ahead and stop this video right now and go do 3 cartwheels and come back here and watch this video again, your body feels different than what it was before you did those 3 cartwheels, right? If your body does anything, if you go ahead and you're hungry, you eat a meal, suddenly you feel different. Everything makes our body feel different. So what do we do to go ahead and make our bodies feel strong, feel confident? There's a lot of ways, but the way that has helped me personally, and I say that because I realize there is no best way, but there is a lot of effective ways. And the way that I figured out how to do it is to actually train our body to make our bodies feel strong, literally feel strong. And so that's why the training that I've been doing is not about building muscle and things like that. It's about feeling strong, you know? So the way I've realized, how do I feel strong? Be strong. And so be strong can be anything, you know, it can be pushing this weight and doing all this stuff. But the things that I started to train with not only allows me to be strong, but it also doesn't allow me to tense up. Because tensing up is the opposite of what I want to do. I want to feel strong, but I also want to let go of those emotions. So if I am creating strength, but at the same time, I'm tensing up, therefore not allowing my body to let go, then I'm also holding on to anxiety. I'm also holding on to these negative emotions. So it's counterproductive. One part of me wants to go ahead, is going one direction, while the other part of me is going the other direction. And that's not going to be good. I want to be able to strengthen my body and get it to let go at the same time. So this way I can let go of the anxiety, while I can train my body to be strong, to be confident, and to feel healthy. Okay. So I hope this makes sense for you, you know. Try it out and you'll see. You know, if you guys ever worked out and were consistent with working out, then you know that when you were consistent with exercising, you not only was strong, but you felt good mentally. You know, you felt energized, you felt refreshed, you felt more relaxed. And the reason why is because the way our body feels is the way our mind thinks, because this is the body. All this is all the body. All right. Hope this video helps. I'm going to make more on this. Leave the comments below and let me know what other topics, and you can be as specific as possible, so this way I can go ahead and make a topic right on that, on things you want me to share. Thanks, guys.